introducing Qigong, an ancient Chinese practice that combines breath work as well as gentle, slow movements that really regulates your nervous system, gets you into a calm, grounded state, and really just sets me up for success every day. I've gotten to where I just really enjoy this time for myself, and it only takes about 10 minutes, maybe even less. I'm really excited to share my entire morning routine, which again only takes about 10 minutes to complete, so it can be a really easy thing to do, especially once you memorize some of the moves and can decide to skip a few or just do the ones that you want to versus following along with this guided video. But in the video you'll watch here, I will share the names of the movements as well as explain how I'm making the movements, how I'm breathing during the movements, and just introduce you to Qigong. It's a really relaxing thing, and especially if you can do this outside and even kick off your shoes and get some feet in the grass, that can be a really great way to enjoy some time in nature before starting your day. Yes, I realize exactly how hippie that just sounded, and I'm okay with that. Okay, the first movement is called spinal cord breathing, and as you're moving into the back position with your arms spread back, you're breathing in and you're exhaling as you're coming forward. And you're going to just do this a few times. Like I mentioned in the last video, I don't like to count when I'm doing this. I just really feel into what I think I need to do. The next one is called a Qi massage, and I start by just hitting on my kidneys and adrenal gland, just kind of waking things up. And then I move down the outside of my legs, up the inside of my legs. As I'm doing this, I am inhaling as I'm going down and as I'm hitting my back, and then I'm exhaling as I'm coming back up. Then I move to the top part where I go inhaling on the inside of my arm and exhaling as I come up the back side of my arm and shoulder and neck. And I do this just a couple of times on each side. So again, I'm breathing in as I'm going down the inside, breathing out as I'm coming up the outside and up the neck. And at the end, I just sort of brush it down in the front. Next is called Buddha Holds the Earth. And as I'm reaching down, I'm breathing in and I'm pulling up above my head, inhaling, then exhaling as I'm bringing my arms down. Breathing in, exhaling, coming down. Breathing in, exhaling, coming down. Next, I work in Stork Spreads the Feathers, and this is a really good stretch for your abdomen and your shoulders. And you just slowly switch sides. We're inhaling as we're reaching into the stretch, and then exhaling as we come down, inhaling into the stretch, and exhaling, coming down. Then I move back into Buddha Holds the Earth for a couple more rounds. That's inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. Next, we've got the fountain, and this one is really relaxing. I love the way it feels, and I'm inhaling as I'm moving my arms up with the backs of my hands facing each other with my fingertips facing down, and then moving in a circular pattern up and around on the outsides of my body. I'm inhaling and then exhaling as I'm going down again. Then I switch to just doing one-handed fountain movements, so it's a little bit more exaggerated. I'm still breathing in as I'm stretching out, and then breathing out as I'm coming back down. Next, I do what's called Tai Chi opening. And so this one is kind of a funny movement. It feels like something from a cartoon or something to me, anime or something, but it feels really good to do this movement even though it looks a little strange. And you're just inhaling as you're reaching up and then exhaling as you're coming back down. The next movement is called Fireworks, and this one feels a little bit different. It's kind of like fountain, except for you're now facing your fingertips upward and bringing them together, from the bottom up through the center of your body, and then kind of sprinkling your fingers out like fireworks. So you're taking that breath in on the way up and then exhaling on the way down. I like to add in a little twist for some of these. It gives you that extra fireworks motion, but I do a couple of twists to the left as I'm moving, and then I do a couple of twists to the right. Again, I'm inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. Next is called the microcosmic orbit, or turning the wheel. I found different names for this one, but you're essentially kind of imagining a little ball of energy between your hands, and then you're circulating it first through at the hip level. You're inhaling and exhaling as you move outward, and then you move up to the heart level, and you're making the circle bigger, breathing in as you come up to the chest, to the heart, and then breathing out as you circle back out. We do a few cycles through this level. Then we move up another level to move the circle to go around at the throat level. So we're coming up, breathing in, breathing out, moving the hands in this circle from the bottom up through the middle of the throat. And then we're moving one step further to go all the way around our head. So a big wheel turning from the bottom, inhaling, and then exhaling around as we circle that through our entire upper body. On the last round, I land in what's called embracing the tree, and this is my favorite one for some reason. It just feels so good to just sort of stand and sway, and I usually close my eyes and just sort of let myself sway like a tree in the wind a little bit, just holding my arms out like I'm hugging a tree. And then I move into flying, and this one's kind of fun. It just feels a little playful, moving your arms out, breathing in, and then exhaling as you bring your hands together. I don't touch my hands together, just bring them right in front of each other, and I move as slow as I can along with my breath, bringing my hands to the center below. And this movement's called centering. So one hand at a time, I'm bringing it out to the sides, and then up above my head, and then straight down like a line down the center of my body to the front. In this video, I'm not doing it, but I like to follow with my eyes, follow the movement of my hand, and just really take in the strength and the blessing of my body as I make this movement. And then we finish up with bamboo in the wind, where you bring your feet together, you place your hands over your abdomen, and you just take deep breaths, again swaying in the wind, imagining your feet being rooted into the ground as you sway, and just feel that energy flowing through you. I like to finish with just a little movement of putting hands at prayer center and really breathing through that area of my body. And then I finish with one last breath through my forehead. All right, so I hope you were able to follow along with the video and learn a little bit about Qigong and try it out for yourself. If you did give this a try and you have questions or just comments about how that went for you, I'd love to hear from you. So post a comment or shoot me a DM. I can also point you to additional resources that show a lot more movements. There's quite a few. I don't even know them all. I just know a few. But there's some really cool ones, and even some that I enjoy doing in the evening as well. So reach out if you've got interest in learning more about Qigong, and I hope you enjoy living an unhurried life this week.